My name is Lorelei Bennett. I am 59 years old, a widow, and I live on the edge of a sleepy coastal town in Maine where the ocean wind rattles the porch chimes like it is trying to warn you. I have worked as an office manager at a small estate planning firm for 19 years, the kind of place where grief comes in envelopes and families smile while they sharpen knives. I raised 2 kids mostly on my own after my husband, Mark, died in a highway accident when they were teenagers. My daughter, Magnolia, just turned 31. My son, Reed, is 28. And for most of my adult life, I made one promise to myself. They would never feel the panic I felt, standing in a kitchen with a calculator, a stack of bills, and a quiet house that suddenly belonged to me. Last Tuesday, my inbox made that promise feel like a joke. The email was from Magnolia. No subject line. Just her name sitting there, neat and bright, like nothing in the world could be wrong. I actually smiled before I opened it. I thought it would be a photo of a dress, a seating chart question, something sweet. We had talked about her wedding a few weeks earlier, and I had already sent $25,000 to help with the Charleston venue, the photographer, and the string quartet she insisted would make it feel timeless. When I opened the email, the smile fell right off my face. "Mom," it began. Not "hi," not "love you," just "Mom," like a label on a jar. She wrote that she and her fiancé, Callahan, had finalized the guest list. His parents wanted the ceremony small, intimate, very curated, as his mother apparently liked to say. Magnolia said it would be better, easier, less stressful if I watched the wedding through a private live stream instead of being there in person. Then she added the line that made my stomach go cold. "If you still want to feel included, you can join the video link. It is basically the same thing. Lol." Lol. My coffee sat in my hand, and I watched the steam disappear like it was embarrassed for me. I did not cry. I did not shake. That surprised me. What I felt was quieter and worse. Like something heavy had been unhooked inside my chest, and the space it left behind was painfully clean. I typed 4 words. "Sure, have a beautiful day." I did not add a heart. I did not add a question. I did not ask why. I did not beg my own child to remember who held her hair back when she vomited at 14, or who slept upright in a hospital chair when she had pneumonia, or who drove through a blizzard to bring her groceries when she was broke and too proud to ask. I sent the email, closed my laptop, and got dressed for work like it was any other Tuesday. But it was the Tuesday I stopped pretending my sacrifices were being received as love. On the drive to the office, the sky was pale and hard. The roads were damp from overnight rain. I kept replaying her words, intimate, curated, basically the same thing. As if a screen could replace the feeling of sitting in a church pew, hands clenched, watching your daughter walk toward the life she chose. My job has taught me something most people do not learn until it is too late. People do not only show you who they are when they are angry. They show you who they are when they feel safe, when they assume you will always be there, no matter what. At the firm, I moved through my morning tasks like a ghost with a planner. Filing, scheduling, sending documents out for signatures. My boss, Soren, stopped at my desk with his usual gentle seriousness. "Lorelei, you look like you forgot how to breathe," he said. I forced a polite smile and told him I had slept badly. He did not push. He just set a hot tea beside my keyboard the way he always did when he sensed the world had been heavy on me. That small kindness almost broke me more than Magnolia's email did, because it reminded me that being seen was not complicated. It was a choice. Around noon, my phone started buzzing. Magnolia, then Reed, then Magnolia again. The screen lit up over and over like an alarm I refused to disarm. I did not answer. Not because I wanted revenge, not yet. Because for the first time, I wanted to hear what my life sounded like when I stopped rushing to fill everyone else's silence. My lunch sat untouched while I stared at the office window. Outside, gulls drifted over the parking lot. The world kept moving. My daughter kept planning a wedding I was not welcome to attend. And somewhere inside me, a quiet thought sharpened. If my presence can be trimmed to fit someone else's comfort, then my money can be trimmed, too. At 5:30, I left work and did not drive home. I drove to the bank. The branch smelled like carpet cleaner and paper. The kind of clean that tries too hard. The manager, a warm woman named Arya, recognized me immediately and came out from behind the counter with a practiced smile. "Mrs. Bennett, what can I do for you today?" I sat down at her desk and set my purse on the chair beside me. My hands were steady. That was the strangest part. I was calm in a way that made me feel almost dangerous. "I need to stop a transfer," I said. Her smile softened. She clicked her mouse, pulled up my information, and nodded. "Which transfer?" "The one scheduled for Friday," I said. "The one to the Charleston Event Company." Arya paused just long enough for me to notice. That pause was empathy, or curiosity, or both. "That is a significant payment," she said carefully. "Are you sure you want to cancel it?" "Yes," I said. She turned the screen slightly away as she worked, her fingers moving fast. Then she looked back at me. "It has not processed yet," she said. "You are within the window." My throat tightened, not from sadness, but from the realization that timing was giving me a clean exit. Like the universe had left the door unlocked on purpose. Arya slid a form toward me and a pen. "If you sign here, it will stop the transaction." My name sat at the bottom of the page, waiting. And as I lifted the pen, my phone buzzed again in my purse. I did not need to look to know it was Magnolia. I could almost hear her voice through the vibration, sweet when she needed something, sharp when she did not get it. I stared at the empty signature line and felt a memory rise up, uninvited. Magnolia at 16, furious because I could not afford the senior trip. Magnolia at 23, crying because she had maxed out a credit card and wanted me to fix it. Magnolia at 29, calling me in the middle of the night because she had fought with Callahan and needed someone to tell her she was not hard to love. I had always shown up, every time, no matter how it cost me. My hand hovered over the paper. "Hold on, tiny break. I read the comments when I am worn out, and seeing your location reminds me I am not telling these stories into an empty room. Like, subscribe and drop your city, state, or country. Now, here is what happened next." The pen touched the paper. But before I could sign, Arya's desk phone rang, shrill and sudden. She apologized and picked it up, turning slightly away from me. I sat there, frozen with the pen in my hand, while her voice softened into professional reassurance. "Yes, Mr. Caldwell, I understand. We will handle it, right away." "Mr. Caldwell." My stomach dropped. Caldwell was not just any client. Caldwell was the last name of Callahan's mother. And in that bright bank office, with my signature waiting and Arya repeating that name like it meant nothing, I realized something I had not considered even once. This was not just about a guest list. Someone had been preparing for my money to disappear before I even knew I was being erased. Arya hung up the phone and her smile came back, but it looked stapled on. "Sorry about that," she said, and slid the form a fraction closer to me. "Busy day." My pen stayed hovering. My mouth went dry. "Mr. Caldwell," I repeated lightly like it was nothing. The name tasted metallic. "That is interesting." Arya blinked. "Just a client, a state matter, very time sensitive." She tapped the screen and avoided my eyes. "Now if you sign, we can stop the transfer immediately." I could have signed right then. I wanted to. My pride begged for it. Cancel it, go home, turn off the phone, let the consequences hit them like a cold wave. But that phone call had cracked something open. And I have worked long enough around wills and divorces to know that when a crack appears, you do not cover it up. You look inside. I lowered my pen. "Not yet." Arya paused, polite but confused. "Not yet." I smiled gently. "I need you to explain something to me first. Who exactly is Mr. Caldwell in relation to the payment I am canceling?" Her posture stiffened. "Mrs. Bennett, I cannot discuss other clients." "I am not asking about his accounts," I said, still calm. "I am asking why his name is in my life at the exact moment I am stopping a transfer connected to my daughter's wedding." Arya's cheeks flushed. She glanced around as if the lobby might have ears. It could be a coincidence, she said quickly. Maybe, I agreed, and maybe it is not. I have had a strange week, Arya. I would appreciate honesty, even just a little. She swallowed. Her voice dropped. Mrs. Bennet, I am not supposed to say much, but I can tell you this. That call was not about your account. It was about a verification request that came in earlier today. Someone asked questions about your transfer schedule. Your name came up. My heart gave a quiet, furious thump. Someone asked questions about my money before I even walked in. Who, I asked, and my voice stayed soft, but the word had weight. Arya hesitated. Then she said, I cannot tell you who, but the request came from a financial advisor's office. They claimed they were working with the groom's family and that there might be a coordination issue. They wanted to confirm the timing of the wire. I stared at her, stunned by how bold it was. Coordination issue, like my money was part of their family's planning spreadsheet. So, I said slowly, someone connected to Callahan's family tried to track my transfer, and then Mr. Caldwell called you today. Right now. Arya's eyes flicked up to mine, then away. I am sorry. I set the pen down on the desk carefully, like it might explode. The air around me felt too bright, too clean. I have a question, I said. If that advisor's office called, did they have permission to discuss my account? Arya's lips parted, then closed. She looked genuinely uncomfortable. Mrs. Bennet, banks do not confirm account details to third parties, she said, but people can ask. And sometimes, if they have enough information, they can sound very convincing. We did not give them amounts. We did not confirm numbers. But your name was mentioned and your transfer to Charleston was mentioned. My fingers curled in my lap, so they were circling me. Not Magnolia, not the wedding, me, the funder. Thank you, I said, and then I picked up the pen again. I signed, smoothly, firmly, like a door shutting. Arya printed the confirmation and slid it to me. The transaction is canceled. You will see it reflected by tomorrow morning. I tucked the paper into my purse and stood up. Arya touched my arm, gentle. Mrs. Bennet, I know this is not my business, but are you safe? Do you need someone to call? I almost laughed, but it would have come out like a sob. Safe. Yes, I was safe. The question was whether the people who had treated me like a wallet were about to realize I had teeth. I am fine, I said, but if anyone calls again about me, I want a note. Date, time, and what they asked. You can do that, can you not? Arya nodded. I can. Good, I said. And then I walked out into the evening air, my hands still steady, my chest burning. In the car, I finally checked my phone. 18 missed calls from Magnolia. 5 from Reed. 3 unknown numbers. 1 voicemail from Magnolia marked urgent. I did not play it. I did not need to hear her cry to know what kind of crying it would be. The kind that demands, not the kind that reflects. Still, I drove home with my phone face down in the cup holder like a turned-over photograph. At 9:15, there was a knock on my door. Not the polite tap of a neighbor, not the heavy pound of Reed. A controlled knock, timed, confident. Someone who believed doors opened for them. When I opened it, a woman stood on my porch in a cream coat that probably cost more than my first car. Her hair was smooth, her lipstick precise, her smile sharp. Lorelei Bennett, she said. Hello, I am Colette Caldwell. I knew that name in my bones now. I had typed it on envelopes for estate documents at work. Old money families often float through offices like ours, leaving behind signatures that decide who eats and who starves. Colette's eyes moved past me, scanning my home like she was evaluating a rental property. I did not invite her in. I just held the door. Can I help you? I asked. She gave a small laugh like I had told a charming joke. I think you already have. You canceled the transfer. My skin prickled, so it was not only true, it was immediate. How did you hear about that? I asked. She tilted her head. We keep close track of our obligations. Callahan's parents are contributing a great deal, and your portion was meant to arrive on schedule. When it did not, we had to make adjustments. My portion. She said it the way someone says my luggage, my chair, my servant. I folded my arms. I was not aware I was an obligation. Colette smiled wider. Lorelei, I am going to speak plainly. Magnolia is emotional. She makes things dramatic. Weddings do that. But money is not emotional. Money is logistics. My throat tightened. Did my daughter send you here? Colette's eyes gleamed. No, I came because I do not like surprises, and you, unfortunately, are becoming one. I stared at her for a long moment. Then I said, I was told to watch my own daughter get married through a video link, like a stranger, and you are here talking to me about logistics. Her smile did not fade, because that was the decision that protected the atmosphere we are creating. Callahan's grandmother is frail. We cannot have unnecessary stress at the ceremony. And Lorelei, you have a reputation for being intense. The word hit me like a slap. Intense, not loving, not present, not devoted. Intense. My voice stayed quiet. You do not know me. I know enough, Colette replied. Enough to know that you can be unpredictable when you feel slighted. So here is what will happen. You will reinstate the transfer tomorrow, and Magnolia can attend to your feelings after the wedding is complete. I looked at her. Truly looked at her. The polished hair, the coat, the calm entitlement. She was not asking. She was issuing a correction like my resistance was a clerical error. And in that moment, something inside me settled into place, clear and cold. I smiled back at her. No, I said, that is not what will happen. Colette's expression tightened just a fraction. Excuse me. I leaned against the doorframe, still blocking her entry. You came to my house at night to tell me to pay for a wedding I am not allowed to attend. You tracked my bank transfer. You called my bank. And now you are trying to bully me on my porch. If you think that ends with you getting what you want, then you have never met a widow who had to rebuild a life from nothing. Her nostrils flared. Lorelei, if you do this, you will embarrass your daughter. You will ruin her future with this family. I held her gaze. Then maybe she should have thought about that before she laughed at me. Colette's voice lowered, dangerous. Your daughter signed an agreement. My stomach dipped. An agreement. What agreement? I asked. She smiled again, but now it was pure satisfaction. A repayment agreement. For the money you have already given, a promissory note. Magnolia insisted it would make you feel respected. She signed it weeks ago. It states you committed to the remaining funds as a gift, irrevocable, and if you pull it, it creates consequences. My blood ran cold. Magnolia had signed paperwork involving my money without telling me. Colette took a small step closer, as if she could simply walk past me now. You work at a law firm, do you not? You understand documents. Do not pretend you are powerless. You are simply being stubborn. I did not move. I could hear my own heartbeat, slow and heavy. But inside that cold fear, another thought rose, sharper than panic. If Magnolia signed anything, it was not for respect. It was to lock me in. I let my smile fade. Thank you, Colette, I said softly. That is the most useful thing anyone has told me all week. Her eyes narrowed. Useful. I nodded once. Good night. And then, before she could respond, I closed the door in her face and locked it, my hands finally trembling, not from weakness, but from a new kind of anger that felt like focus. I went straight to my desk, pulled out my laptop, and opened a fresh email. To Soren. Subject line, urgent. Need to speak in the morning, personal legal question. I stared at the blinking cursor, then typed the only sentence that mattered. My daughter may have signed something that involves my money, and I think her future mother-in-law just admitted to tracking my bank activity. Then I hit send. I barely slept that night, not because I was afraid, but because my mind would not stop assembling pieces that had never been meant for me to see. Every sacrifice, every check, every time Magnolia said, "Do not worry about it, Mom, it is handled." I finally understood what handled meant. By morning, my fear had burned down into something calmer. Resolve. At 8 sharp, I was sitting in Soren's office, hands wrapped around a mug I had not touched. He listened without interrupting as I told him everything. The email, the live stream, the canceled transfer, the bank call. Colette Caldwell on my porch like she owned the night. When I finished, he leaned back, silent for a long moment. "Lorelei," he said finally, "your daughter cannot bind you financially without your signature. A promissory note signed by her alone is meaningless against you. And if anyone accessed or attempted to influence your banking activity without authorization, that is not only unethical, it is actionable." The words settled into me like a deep breath. Actionable. He slid a legal pad across the desk. "We are going to document everything. Dates, names, statements. And then we are going to send a letter, not emotional, not threatening, clear." I nodded. For the first time since the email, I felt steady. By noon, the letter was drafted. It outlined that I had made voluntary gifts, not obligations, that no further funds would be provided, that any attempt to pressure, harass, or misrepresent my financial involvement would be met with legal response. It also included one paragraph that made Soren pause before reading it aloud. He glanced at me. "Are you sure you want this part included?" "Read it," I said. He did. It stated that any future contact regarding money would be considered coercive, and that any continued interference with my banking or privacy would be treated as harassment. Soren set the paper down gently. "Once this is sent, there is no pretending this is a misunderstanding anymore." I smiled, small and tired. That pretending already ended. The letter went out by email and certified mail before the afternoon was over. My phone exploded within an hour. Magnolia called first. I did not answer. Then Reed. I ignored him too. Then a number I recognized from Colette's business card. I blocked it without listening. At 6:42, Magnolia sent a text. "Mom, what did you do? Callahan's parents are furious. They say you embarrassed them. They say you threatened them with lawyers. How could you do this to me?" I stared at the message until the words blurred. Then I typed back, "You disinvited me from your wedding and treated my support like an entitlement. I am no longer participating in something where my presence is optional, but my money is mandatory." She replied instantly, "That is not fair. You are twisting things." I waited before responding, not because I was unsure, but because I wanted every word to land clean. "You signed paperwork involving my money without telling me. That is not a misunderstanding. That is a choice." There was a long pause. Then came the message I had waited my whole life to hear, even though it arrived too late. "I did not think it would hurt you this much." I exhaled slowly. That sentence told me everything. She had never thought about whether it would hurt me at all. I typed one final reply. "I love you, but I am done paying to be dismissed. I will not attend the wedding. I wish you well." Then I muted the conversation. The wedding did not happen the way they planned. I learned that from Reed weeks later, when he showed up at my door looking smaller than I remembered. They lost the venue. The florist backed out. The guest list collapsed when Callahan's parents realized control does not stretch as far without leverage. They ended up having a quiet ceremony in a relative's backyard with folding chairs and borrowed speakers. I was not invited, and for once that did not sting. Magnolia sent a long email a month later. It was full of explanations, pressure, and careful apologies that still made room for blame. I read it once, then I archived it. Life got quieter after that. I started taking long walks near the water after work. I signed up for a ceramics class on Thursdays. I bought myself new tires instead of apologizing to my car for another year of neglect. At work, Soren stopped by my desk one afternoon and said, "You seem different." I smiled. I am lighter. I still love my children. That never went away. But I learned something that took me almost 60 years to understand. Love does not mean erasing yourself, so others can stand taller. And the day I stopped funding a story where I was written out of the ending was the day I finally stepped into my own. The silence that followed was not empty. It was peaceful,